Was there some holdup? It seemed to me, I read in here that there was a holdup in authorization of something that was determined.
That was solely when they were looking for the leak in the yard, and I have to reiterate,
Yes.
there is no connection that we have found between the leak in the yard and this break.
No, I know there's no evidence you wrote in here that
Yeah,
there was
well,
any combination or
mean,
connection. But you know, it would occur to me that you would know what the infrastructure is in that yard. And if there was a leak and it was apparent there was a leak, that it would be obvious that it probably would be, the first thing I would prioritize is the main or something to do with the main supply line, as to be proactive. And I'm just saying is that that were the case, was there some holdup in getting equipment there that
So
needed to
there-
be
Hold
used?
hold on,
No,
if I
I'm
can.
just asking you.
So, what I'm hearing is that the councilman knows better than you
I
guys.
didn't say that, Mayor. I
Well,
was
he would have
asking a question.
prioritized the main line. Obviously, your experience in the water department
Yes, she
of
is.
not prioritizing the main line, but looking for the leak where it was coming in the yard was not good enough
was-
on the Monday morning after
All right,
the
look,
main break.
That's not my point, all right?
Well, then don't make
Well, don't-
ridiculous statements,
You made it into a
Councilman.
political issue. You went out and said if we'd have spent the money that we spent on the pool and the parkland up there, that we would have had money. You suggested and alluded to the public that we may have been able to stop this leak if we'd have spent the money more wisely. So that's what the point of this whole thing is. That wasn't true. You went out and said it, and now you're sitting here and you didn't want this meeting before the election because you wanted to push it off until afterwards, so that the truth could be known by the public about what went on, what didn't go on, what could have gone on. So we're clear,
As I
Mayor.
stated, Mr. Fox, political theater.
Yeah,
Had
no,
we,
this
had,
is
had the city
political.
council at the time done everything that you recommended
Yeah.
on this list, which would have included this line, guess what? We wouldn't have had this break.
Well-
Additionally, we didn't include everything on that, and a majority of the council decided that a pool, third pool, and a golf course were much more important than lines that are 50, 60, and even older than this 80-year-old line that still need replacing. And a majority, which you were a part of, decided that. And now you're coming in here and chastising
I'm not
these individuals
chastising
and
anybody.
saying
I'm simply
that
trying to get to the
they,
bottom of
if
it.
it was you, you would have looked at the water main.
Guess
But the
what?
professionals in the department with years and years of
My
experience,
point, and don't take it like that.
well, that's what you
The-
said.
That's not what I said, and
Criticized
I'm
what
telling
you
you what,
did
I'll tell you what I
before
said.
and
Listen.
digging in the yard.
more
I think you did a
carefully, okay?
wonderful job.
I do
Can
too.
we
And
get
I
back-
think that
All right.
it's ridiculous
Can we
that
get
they
back
shouldn't
on
even,
track?
it shouldn't even accuse the department of mismanaging or doing this inappropriately. When you were looking for lines and leaks that were coming up in the yard, it's saying, well, geez, I should go dig 800 feet down the road, although the leak and it's bubbling up here.
Not
And
what
you
it
guys
said.
are the
It's
professionals, you know
characterized.
what you're doing.
You are mischaracterizing.
You did a great job.
Yeah, that's true, okay? You alleviated the problem within 18 hours, I believe it was, or something like that. That's phenomenal. That's not my point, okay? What I heard being said was that had we done such and such with money, well, the fact is that we still have money in the reserve fund right now, and we could have done that project had we put it toward it. If we had known that it was such a critical issue, that this could have happened, all right? Had it been brought to my attention, I think I probably would have decided to include the $3 million project for the Huntington Street project in with the rest that we'd already decided. Mr. Bix, do you know how much money of the $22 million we got from the American Rescue Act has been spent on water and infrastructure projects for this city?
Not enough. Not
This-
enough.
The question was directed to Mr. Mix. Do you know the answer?
We
Yeah,
haven't done,
not enough.
Okay. How much?
we haven't done a final accounting on the projects that have been going on this year, but it's about $7 million in the water line.
Water lines?
We've got allocated $500,000 for the reservoir, $500,000, nearly $500,000 for the generator up at the
Right, yeah.
coagulation basin. And then hopefully we'll have around $3 million left for the disinfectant byproduct
Okay,
project.
did we also have the valves included in that expenditure from the ARP? I think 16 valves that I saw, the $1.25 million that was being put aside for.
From ARP, no.
Not from ARP, but was put toward the, okay, from ARP, I was specific. All right, so there's been a larger portion of money being allocated for infrastructure, water, and things like that. That's my point. Thank you, Mr. Mix. So it's not distorted and taken out of proportion. And that's your point, isn't it, Mayor? My point is to find out, is there anything, what my main reason for this is, and I still feel the need for a thorough, complete, outside investigation into every detail of this. Not because of what I think staff did, but because I wasn't informed.
That's not true.
I was
Mr. Mix
not
just told
informed
you in
until the
April
day
of
of the break, and that's
2022.
exactly the problem in the city, because there's a lot of things that are not told to me, and some on council, that they are told to you, Mayor,
No, because I actually read what's
because
given to
this is
me.
not a strong mayor form of government.
I actually read what's
Can
given to me.
we, can we move on?
Understand it?
I have
I do.
can we move
that.
to the discussion on the reservoir, maybe?
Well, first off, for the record, and Mr. Mix pointed out, this current council was given the information in April of 2022.
You're right.
Is that not correct, Mr. Mix?
That's correct. It was at a
So
work
you
session.
did have the information. Now, whether you read it, whether you comprehended it, or whether you did something about it, that's on you. But you were given the information. I can't help it that if you don't read this stuff and acknowledge it. But you were given it, and now you want to point the fingers at everybody else and, well, if I would have known, you did know.
You went out and politicized this
Stop.
whole issue for your own
Councilwoman, you
political
have any
gain here
questions?
and your
Yeah, go
ahead.
candidates, and that's what started this whole
Stop.
thing,
Go ahead,
because you
Councilwoman.
intentionally did it.
Go ahead.
I'll start by saying thank you